presentation on base 10 blocks.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Amanda.
Let's go ahead and get started. So base 10 blocks are typically used as auxiliary materials when you're learning about place value. When we're looking at the different types of base 10 blocks, we have cubes, which are represented for thousands, flats, which are represented for hundreds, rods, which are represented for tens, and unit blocks, which are represented for ones.
Now that we know a little bit more about base 10 blocks, we'll go over some concrete examples. For example, second graders can use base 10 blocks to determine the place value of a given number.
Notice here in our boxes how we have 2 flats for the 2 100s, 3 rods for the 3 10s, and 5 unit blocks to represent the 5 ones in our number 235.
Our next example is a semi-concrete example, which is when second graders can use symbols to determine the place value of a given number.
Notice here how we replace our flats with X's, we replace our rods with lines, and then we replace our unit blocks with circles.
Our last example is an abstract example, which is where second graders can write a given number based on the place value description.
So looking at our example here, in the big box, the teacher would say, this number is equivalent to 2 hundreds, 3 tens, 5 ones, or 2 flats, 3 rods, and 5 unit blocks. And then the student would respond by writing the number 235.
Now let's try using base 10 blocks together. Now here are some examples. We're starting with the number 437. With 437, there's 4 flats, which is also could be 4 hundredths. And there's 3 rods, which also represents 3 tenths. And then there's 7 unit blocks, which is 7 ones. Our second example is the number 193. We have 1 flat, which is equal to 1 100ths. And then you have 9 rods, which is 9 tenths. And then you have 3 ones, which are equivalent to 3 unit blocks.
Have gone over how to utilize base 10 blocks with our virtual resource. Now it's your turn to do it. Go ahead and either use physical base 10 blocks that you might have or the resource that we utilized for this presentation. And we want you to determine the place value of each number. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation. Bye!